Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. I always say that I don't mind losing coins when it's great content that is making player prices drop, but we're going on what seems like the fifth day in a row where prices just continue to get cooked on this game. It seems like EA cannot stop the market right now, and I keep thinking back to when we had those interviews with them earlier this summer, and they said that they were going to make the market be less volatile this year. And it feels like it's exactly the opposite. And the frustrating part of this is you buy a card for your team, you play with them for a few days, and you don't even care to check the market value, and the player price drops by 20%. And that's what's happening so much every single week in this game. Now, good thing is, usually that's happening most on the weekends, and I think there's going to be some opportunities to make some coins back today. I've bought some cards. You see my coin total is very low. I even lost some coins yesterday, but the best way to rebound back from a bad trade and some good content that makes the market drop is to get some more trades going. And we have a lot of gameplay demand today that could make some cards go up. So we're going to talk about some trading methods today with the new Gauntlet number 4 coming out. It's still 3 rounds. They haven't increased it to 5. I was looking for that. It's still 3. But last time out, this had really great rewards, including that Benzema. So more Evo consumables, packs, and of course players we'll be looking for in that mode today. And I got my fingers crossed for the first player pick SBC of the year. How have we not got a player pick yet? EA, it needs to drop. We're going to talk about all that and more and what to expect today on Monday in FC 26. In the video today, if you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up, hype the video, and subscribe if you're new. Let's get things started by looking over yesterday's Sunday content, which it was a really huge day of content yesterday in terms of SBCs and evolutions both. And that is why there's a lot of prices dropping on the market for sure once again. But SBCs first, here again, we have the base icon matchday player pick that we were looking forward to. This is the best in terms of the quality of the players for an icon matchday pick that we've had this year. Of course, it is Vidic, Zambrata, and it is Essien, and it's an 84, 85, 286, and 287 rated squads. This is coming in at right around 350k, which actually isn't terrible value for Vidic, in my opinion, because Vidic is the most expensive of the 3 icons here and the most overpowered, I would argue. I mean, even on Saturday, he was between 430 to 450,000 coins, and yesterday, his price only dropped a ton once it was leaked that this was going to be out. I actually think if you want Vidic, I would do this SBC. Bruiser Plus, 90 defending, 89 physical. Chiellini is one of the most popular center backs as an icon in this game, and he's got Bruiser Plus, and I think Vidic is also a great card with the Bruiser Plus. I've seen so many times where a Pacho or a Vidic that somebody has had has just muscled my player out of the way. So if this is a card that interests you, if you want to lock in a center back to your team for at least a few weeks, and you're okay with him being a little bit slower, I think this is an SBC that's not bad. I think it's, downvoted because most people don't want to put that much fodder away, or they're like, I don't have enough fodder to do this, and put away all those cards into this for 350,000 coins and 6 squads. But if you want Vidic, or even if you want Zambrata or Essien untradeable, I don't think it's that terrible. Once again, these matchday player picks haven't been bad value either. As we talked about yesterday with the icon packs, most of them have been at least around the prices of the icons that get released in them. Now, the base hero pack is literally the same requirement. This is the big SBC from yesterday. Like we talked about, EA's been keeping the requirements here and the prices of these consistent. Yet again, just an 85 and an 86 rated squad with an inform, and it's repeatable 3 times. This is the SBC that people were loving yesterday for the price once again, and because it's repeatable multiple times, and it just seems easy to do. Since it's 2 squads, you get 2 tradable packs back. That means you're doing this SBC for whatever, 96,000 coins. Probably doing it for 75k with those 2 packs that you're getting back, and it's just fun. And like I said in yesterday's video too, this would be the week to do one of these because the rest of the SBC content isn't that great, at least in my opinion. Sure, there's the Rashford, there's the Onabatie. Sure, we do have a couple of matchday player picks here too, but either this hero pack or the icon pack seems a whole lot more interesting this week for me because there's not as many great player SBCs that are out. Now, the issue with this is it's very hyped, and we thought fodder was going to go up for it, right? Wrong. Fodder didn't move at all, except for 85s, which is really confusing and a little concerning, to be honest, that fodder didn't go up when the icon pack refreshed, a new hero pack came out that you could do 3 times, and there was still the matchday player pick that came out yesterday as well, and weekly rewards are being given out, so people should have a little bit more coins and a little bit more fodder on the weekends. fodder still went down, or it didn't move, right? Except for the 85s. They went up. They were 3,000 coins. They're 3.7. If you invested in these, and actually if you invested in any rating of fodder, I don't think I would sell it right now unless you really just want to take your coins and start flipping. I think you might be able to lazy list it, because as we head throughout this week, especially if we get a good player pick SBC today, a good upgrade pack, we could actually have ourselves one of the best grinds in terms of the menus and packs and being unlimited repeatable in that nature that we've had this entire year. But it kind of hinges on that. Regardless, we have a lot of SBCs that are repeating. We got the base hero 3 times, right? The icon pack once, the campaign mixes are refreshing. We're going to have a bunch of player SBCs this week, even though most of them probably aren't going to be that insane. So I think if you have fodder, which I did buy a couple of 89s myself, I spent like 200,000 coins on buying them for like 21 to 22K. I'm just going to keep lazy listing, see if we can get some sales and get lucky on that. I'm not even lazy listing them that high. I'm lazy them like 1.5 to 2K above where they're selling on the market, and almost about that much of profit from where I bought them as well. Not expecting them to go up a lot, but you can at least kind of get your coins out of those and not have to sell for the cheapest price in the market if you don't want to. Now, I want to talk about Team of the Weeks for a quick second as well, because a lot of people made coins off of those last week. I do think Team of the Weeks are viable this week as well, but I'd really focus on the 84 rated. So like Zambo and Gisa or Park. When I think of 84 informs, I think of, is it Jess Park? The women's 84 rated inform card here. She plays for United. Yeah. So 13,000 coins for these. They were 14K, 14.2 last week. They went up from 11,000 coins. I think these could be investable for 12,000 coins if you get them below 13, but you're hoping that there's more SBCs that would come out that require Team of the Weeks. I don't think they're going to go up as much. I think maybe they go to 14K this week. So if you're going to try to get them at like 13, under 13K at like 12,750, and you're just wanting to lazy list, like that is something you could do. You could lazy list informs this week. I don't know if it's going to work as good. We'll have to see. If there's any other surprise SBCs that require Team of the Weeks that are very hyped, then they could go up a bit more. But I personally am not going to put a lot of my coins there, and I don't think the movements are going to be as good. Now, speaking of SBCs, nothing related to content that dropped yesterday, but an upgrade that hopefully is coming today. I'm going to guess today on Monday or tomorrow on Tuesday, EA upgrade the Edinson Cavani, because Boca Juniors won 2-0 in that game against River Plate yesterday on Sunday, and that means his showdown card's going to get the +2. But what does this mean for those that did the evolution for Cavani? Maybe you evoed him in the most recent El Capitan evolution that created a really, really nice chain here, or maybe you even put him into, what was it, the Scream Evo, the Undead Lion, which gave him a pretty big pace boost as well. If you evolved him there, what I'd really be watching out for today to see is, do you get any stat boost on this card other than where the defensive stat is? Because the defensive stat was not upgraded through the Evos. There was no stat limits on this card through the evolutions, and that's usually what you see with evolving live items, whether it's not a Scream card, those are different, but a Road to the Knockouts that are out now, or these showdown cards like we had with Pepe earlier in the year. If you have a stat limit on the card and that card is evolved and then gets an upgrade from being a live item, most of the time you do not get additional stats added on top of that card. But some cases there are stats added, like this Cavani. I don't think he got +2 shooting. That wasn't the Evo upgrade. It was like +2 attack positioning and +2 finishing. So maybe for like shot power or volleys, which are a part of the overall shooting stat, if there was no stat limit in this Evo, then maybe his overall shooting stat today could go from 87 to 88. Like, that's possible. That could happen. But regardless, I wouldn't expect a huge upgrade on this card. I wouldn't expect to get a full +1 over the 86 if you did the Evo there. And then, of course, you're getting the upgrade for the live version. So that's just something to watch out for. It could be today, it could be tomorrow. Sometimes with those live upgrades, EA are on it, and sometimes they're not. But I wanted to mention that because we're getting more showdowns, and that means hopefully EA is going to be on it with the upgrades for those cards. Now, let's talk about Evos, because this was probably the biggest content yesterday that, number one, impacted the market, and number two is creating cards that people are putting into their teams, especially this week with the Gauntlet. This Evo is very important. Guys, the Wing Wizards Evo, it was leaked before the content dropped yesterday, and then it dropped with a lot of hype. I mean, the upgrade here is crazy. You're going pace up to 90. You're getting inside forward plus. You're getting 3 playstyles: press proven, quick step, and Tiki Taka, and you're getting 5-star skill moves on most cards and a 4-star weak foot boost up from 3. It's awesome. Like, this is a incredible Evo for 20,000 coins, and you see some of the players that you can make from this. Now, granted, it's max 79, so you're taking a gold card or maybe even a silver if you're doing a chain with 2 Evos right now for this one. But the stat caps are great, and the boosts are great. The playstyles that it gives are great. This is a really awesome Evo, especially when you look at Futbin and you see some of the chains that you can create. Like, what is this Ansu Fati? I actually don't think he's possible anymore because the first part of this evolution chain, the inverted instinct, has expired. But still, that's a crazy card. This is worth way more than 20,000 coins on the market. How about Daniel Malen? This one's easy to do. Training Camp Evo. Okay, skip that one. Just put him in Dynamic Distributor, giving him the +2 passing. Then you throw him into the Wing Wizards for 20k, and you get 6 playstyles. And by the way, he's 86 rated, so you could put Finesse Plus on him at the end of the season pass. You get 90 pace, 5 skills, and who remembers the Daniel Malen card from last year? I even tweeted yesterday, I was like, oh no, this dude is back, because Malen is OP in game. He always is. And this card is going to be going into a lot of people's teams either today in their main squad or even for the gauntlet, like a secondary or tertiary team. Look at this Esteval, this Endrick with 90 pace. This Esteval card, this one's crazy to me. Take a look at this Esteval. I don't know why you had to put him into the World Tour Dynamic first. You do not. But put him into Dynamic Distributor and then into Wing Wizards and compare it to this version. This version, which was 200k, which is the card I invested in, by the way, yesterday. What a timing for this Evo and for him to get a boosted card. He's got +3 pace over the Evo, +3 shooting, +1 dribbling, who cares about defense, and +6 physical. But he's only got 4 playstyles on the live card and 4-star skills. This card's got 5-star skills, 6 playstyles, and 90 pace. Still, with 86 passing and 87 dribbling. Incredible. This is 20,000 coins and a little bit of your time versus 200,000 coins. Sure, potential to upgrade way later on, not right now, at least 2 weeks away for the first upgrade. That is incredible, right? That is an insane card that's 200,000 almost coins on the market for the other version that he had, right? And so many of these other ones in here are freaking sick. So this is a dub Evo, and it's part of the reason why the market's crashing, and it's also part of the reason why I lost coins on Esteval yesterday, thinking that my great investment was going to be so good. I mean, right as the Evo was leaked, his card just started dropping, and then content happened. Esteval went from 210k down to 179. I remember seeing a 179 on the market, and now he's back up to around 200,000 coins. Huge bit of panic selling there, not just because of the Evo, of course, but because of the SBCs as well. Now, that's kind of the frustrating thing with the market. Yeah, sure, it's a weekend. Prices drop on the weekend, and we're expecting the market to level out today. But I mean, I was hoping that yesterday, even in the earlier stages of the day, the market would be fine after squad battle rewards. Well, I think the leaks really changed that, and still, we have to remember that it is a Sunday, but it is once again, just look, I'm kind of like scrolling back out and looking at the big picture of the market. Like Nico Williams. If you bought Nico Williams like 9 days ago to put into your team, you're like, oh yeah, I'll just use him in my team. He's wicked fast. He's one of the most overpowered players in this game on the wing. 100,000 coins. Well, today he's 49,000 coins. And I get it. We're at the stage of the year where prices are not going to last as much, because we've had these gold cards in the game for a while and they're getting passed up by the good Evos, by the good SBCs that we're getting. But I can't help but keep going back to the conversations that were had this summer where EA said that the market was going to be less volatile. And that's the part that is just kind of frustrating to me. Even when we know the market is going to drop off a little bit, that's how this game works, right? Cards that are good in the first week of the game are not good 2 months in. It's still frustrating to see how much some of the cards drop off on a weekly basis, even those that are still very meta. We're talking about the Scream cards, of course, when we mention this too. It's just been a long week on the market. A lot of people have lost coins. To add into the gameplay and the server and the menu lag issues that people are feeling with this game, kind of just the frustration with it all, this is a big part of that as well. Losing coins, gameplay is not feeling the greatest. The server connections on Friday were pitiful. I haven't played too much this weekend. I hope there's not been as many DCs. Like, just a lot of frustration with the game. And this is, for me and for a lot of us that grind the menus a lot, a big part of it as well. When the player prices just continue to drop, it gives you no faith in the players you want to buy for your team, and it just makes you, it adds another level of stress that you don't want to have when you're playing this game. You want to log on, play with your bros, play with the cards that you're enjoying, get some packs, get some rewards, and have a grand old time, right? As grand of a time as you can. And then when you log on now, you're like, well, it's a Saturday, it's a Sunday. Let me go check Footbin and see where my card is on the market. Oh, dip. I bought Ledley King 2 days ago. He was 280. Now he's 240,000 coins. Like, it's not a fun feeling. And I know that it is inevitable to have the market drop off. Like I mentioned, for the way that this game is built, cards that are old get outdated and they drop in price, unless they fit evolutions. But at some point, I'd rather have like a huge market crash every 2 or 3 weeks when we get a bit of a power curve boost than to have a decent sized market crash every weekend. That's how I would rather have it. But again, we're not the ones that run the game and put out the content on it. So that's kind of the way that our market kind of reacts. Now, the good thing and the good side of this is hopefully today, it's Monday. If we take a look, even back at that Nico Williams graph, once we get through the weekends, Mondays, usually the market's a lot more chill. Last week, Nico Williams, 100K, down to, on Monday, 70,000 coins. But when you look at his price for the rest of the week, he didn't go below 70,000 coins consistently again until the next week on Saturday. So if you do want to buy somebody for your team today, even if it is a gold card, with the way the content's looking as well, it's not looking super crazy. Of course, leaks can change things in an instant, but should be a safer time to look for cards for your team, especially with how much the prices have dropped. I'm hoping with the gameplay demand that we've got today, because we've got a lot of games that we need to be playing, guys. I know it's going to be a little overwhelming, honestly. We got the end of Foot Champs. We got this new primetime tournament that's coming out tomorrow that we still have to qualify for if you haven't, myself included, through the primetime league. So that's gameplay demand. And then today as well, we've got the gauntlet. That is good for the market in terms of people are going to have to be buying players for teams. We'll talk about maybe how to invest a little bit for this gauntlet. But I have bought some cards today and I am still trading. Like, I lost coins yesterday, man. And it's part of my frustration as well. I'll be 100% honest. Me seeing that Esteval leak, buying all these Estevals for 220, some at 230,000 coins, and selling them for 208 to 214. I'm glad that I sold when I did, but that was frustrating. And now what this has done is it's pretty much just lit a fire to me to try to go find some more cards to trade with. I bought a whole bunch of other players. We're doing a whole bunch of other trades and trying to fight back. And that's what I would encourage you guys to do as well, to take it as motivation, that frustration, and turn it into motivation and go out and look for some cards to buy. And if you're like me, don't go buy expensive cards. I made that mistake on the weekend as well. If you're looking to trade, there's a whole lot less risk in trading with cards like Mascherano. Today, Mascherano went from 80,000 coins down to 65,000 coins. I think it was his lowest price. And now he's back up to what, like 72? You could have bought that at 65 or here at 67 and sold it at 72. Sure, those aren't huge margins, but there's a whole lot less risk, and you start to get that feeling of making profit again and that confidence of making flips, and hopefully that confidence can grow into the week this week. There's demand for these cards. I'm not putting all my coins in these cards right now. I hope that people don't see this as an investment that they have to make like the Scream cards. These are way different than the Scream cards, but I do believe these cards have a good bit of demand. They were even fluctuating yesterday after the crashes. Like Militao was 800K flat, and now he's 880, right? Look at his graph. 900. He was a mill to start Sunday. Went all the way down after content to 800K flat, and now he's back up to 900. Does he go back to 1 million today? I'd be shocked, unless there's like some crazy pro hype for him or something, which there could be. It's a promo Militao. But could he go back down to like 820 later tonight on Monday night, but then on Tuesday go back up to 900? Absolutely. And I'm going to buy some of these cards here. I flipped a Gordon yesterday from 300 to 340. We'll still trade with these because they have demand, but out of packs cards, they're your friend. Like, honestly, if you're trying to make some coins, flip these, because these cards do amazing and they're super consistent. Sure, some of them don't rise as much as they did a couple of days ago, but if we look even back to like before the whole crash of this Ekitike card, where was Ekitike last Monday? Last Sunday night, it went to 199. Didn't move up too much on Monday, but then look, Monday night, early Tuesday, we had a low point, which is probably going to happen again tonight as well. And then he went to 215. So it went to 190 up to 215. So find an out-of-pack special card that has good fluctuations. Just learn 4 or 5 card prices and get to flipping. in a market that should be starting today and heading into the rest of this week should be a lot safer. So that's what I would say a little bit on the market. Just focus on the cheap stuff like this Inform Yield Ds. I have like 2 million coins, more than that, but not much more than that because of how much we've lost, right? But like this is a card that's 40K. Why am I flipping a 40,000 coin card when I have 2 mil? Because I want to build my confidence back up, and I know this card can go from 38K where I bought him. Hopefully, I can sell him for like 47. You've got Juve hype through the big evolution for Openda, and then the SBC for Cambiaso. I am risking it a little bit on Bonnie here. I think he's one of the most hyped cards in this promo team. But that's kind of that's my market spiel for the day, I guess, right? I know the market lost coins yesterday, and some cards are not going to rebound back up fully. But at the same time, the market this year it's been a frustrating year for the market for me. And I know it's been a frustrating year for a lot of you guys as well. Now, like we said, today on Monday could turn some of that frustration around because we have the gauntlet today. There's a lot of gameplay demand that's coming in there. When I think of the gauntlet and cards that move for this competition, again, this is the new one this year. This is the new mode. I think it's one of my favorite modes, but this and the silver tournament have been the two most fun parts of gameplay, in my opinion, this year, and the rewards for this have been very good. But the market doesn't move a whole lot for these gauntlets, especially now that people have more and more cards in their teams. But what does still move, the first 3 weeks have shown us cheap goalkeepers like Chevalier. Last week, I think when the gauntlet was out, was like all the way up at 2,000 coins, 3,000 coins. I don't think he's going to go that high this week, but you get one for 1,000. Pay no more than 1,200K for this probably, but he could go up to like 2K. That could be a little bit of profit you make. Mamadarshvili would be another card that you could potentially buy for this because people have squads of players, but like that Chevalier and Mamadarshvili, they're just more often so turning those into SBCs and not saving them. They got to buy one to do the gauntlet squad to get the rewards because the rewards have been good. Think about the incisive Evo that we had last time around, the Benzema from the last gauntlet. So just watch out because those rewards are probably going to be leaked ahead of time. Before the content drop today, they're not out at the moment. You can't see. And again, there's no requirements for this. It's just 3 rounds, and you get 14 chances at the 3 rounds every single day, I believe. Or no, it's 14 chances in total for the 3-round gauntlet, in which it'll be pretty easy to get all the objectives done by playing more games or by winning less games. Hopefully it's some of that same mixture of play to win and also, or play to earn and then win to earn as well, like EA said they were going to do. Now, also today on Monday, I said it a couple times. I said it like 2 weeks ago for the first time. My club has got so many freaking gold commons in it, man. Can we get our first actual like player pick of the year? I'm talking 77 times 2. Hook it up, EA. All right, because we've had this 79 times 2 now, way too many times. And it's time that we actually get a good, wow, my club is cooked. I can't even do this SBC right now. It's time that we get a good player pick. You have the league SBC grind out right now with the daily common gold, the daily rare gold, of course, the daily bronze and silver as well. If they add a player pick that requires like, let's say 6 commons and 1 rare, we would be feasting, and there would be the best unlimited pack grind that this game has had so far in the menus of the entire year with the league SBCs. Guys, we may even talk about this a bit more tomorrow. I'm going to be hitting the league SBCs way more this week. All you got to do is spend like 15 to 20,000 coins doing the bronze pack method, and you're going to build yourself probably 2 times through, if you're doing your daily gold upgrades as well, 2 times through the league SBCs, which give you some tradable packs, some untradeable packs. I've had people tweeting me all weekend packing UCL cards, the lucky icon or hero card every now and again, and then just random walkouts like tradable cards, tradable VVDs, or tradable Messies. This isn't Messi, but you know, stuff like that through these packs where you can collect fodder to go do SBCs, and then also you can collect coins through quick sell value, and you just open packs and you give yourself that chance to pack something big. So the league SBCs this week, look at the state of that. There's a walkout right there from, who is this? Okay, wait, she's a walkout? Burger? The card who had a team of the year? She's an 86. I'll take it. We will freaking take it. That was not an 86 card I had in my club just 5 minutes ago. I do the league SBCs, which of course are so easy to do, and that's what you come up and end up with. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. That's why you do the league SBCs right there, and it's super easy and it's super cheap to do. There's an 85 cardable haul. We're cooking. We are absolutely cooking. I'm doing league SBCs all week. I'm convinced. So you just spend about 15, 20,000 coins doing BPM. Then you put those cards in the bronze, silver upgrades. You get the golds, and if we have The league SBCs, of which we do, you do them. But if we have the player picks, oh my goodness, then all the leftover gold commons can go into those. Whew, it would be the best week possible for that with the Champions League cards. Now, speaking of cards that are in packs, the star performers, aka the 4 man of the match cards, that would be Osimhen, Van de Ven, Gorgoza, and Dan Burn. Those leave packs today. I cannot not mention, double negative there, sorry. I have to mention these cards because their prices are going up as people are buying them before they go out of packs. They're rare. They are overpriced, but that's part of it. They're rare. People know they are, and they're very unique cards, and they're a little bit overpriced. Like, I don't think this Mickey Van de Ven's worth 1 million coins, but he is. I don't think Osimhen's even worth around 400,000 with his Galatasaray links, but he is. And these cards are going to command a premium because of them being, of course, very special from the moment in each of their matches that they represent, but also being super rare and only in packs for a limited amount of time. So watch those. They could rise up more today. I wouldn't think they would rise a whole lot over time, but if it's a slower week of content, they could. So player picks today, the gauntlet, and then evolutions. This is not really something to look at in terms of evos that are coming out today. But guys, you got to check the reward section because guess what expires today? And by the way, there's a lot of evos that are expiring soon, like in 4 days. But the Jockey Plus evolution, do not forget. Check your rewards section today for the right mid inside forward plus and the Jockey Plus evos because they expire. And I'm sitting here like I'm either going to put this on Teo, Joof, or Charles because one of those 3 is going to be in my gauntlet squad. Right now I have Jordi Alba as my left back. We upgraded. This Charles card is super duper good. If I put Jockey Plus on her, she would go down to only 4 playstyles, which means she could be evolvable soon. She's super cracked in game. Teo would be juiced with that, obviously. And then Joof would be also better for an Evo because he'd have a playstyle plus and then only 3 base playstyles. Not the best, but I'm kind of leaning towards Teo Hernandez, to be honest. Not to be a meta rat, but, I mean, Teo is Teo. So that's an Evo that's expiring today. If you have not put that on a player, make sure you do so because that is a huge evolution there. Also, SBCs that are upcoming. We've had a lot of leaks. Sanchez, Pino, Simeone. We got the official stats for his card yesterday. Tiki Taka right mid with 93 pace. 85 dribble. Obviously, the evos that we created yesterday and into today with yesterday's Wizard Wing Evo are better than this. But, you know, there's a whole lot of players that are incoming. We've had a number of them already, but there's a whole lot more. So we'll probably get that today as well. Mondays are usually a bit quiet, which is why I'm putting all my coins into flips and investments. We're going to try to make some today. We're going to grind the market, and it should be a good day for that. Come by the stream today if you want some more coin-making methods. Maybe invest in a Team of the Week card or 2. I think, by the way, if you want to buy this Alvaro Carreras, a lot of people are investing in him, but I hear he's very good. I think you can buy either today, you want 40,000 coins flat, or he could go a little bit lower tonight on Monday, like the later night as the weekend league rewards do end, and that's kind of like a less suspecting time where there may be less people buying, but you could still make some good profits there. So talking a lot about the market, but man, we got to make some coins, chat. We absolutely do. I will see you guys in the stream today for the gauntlet, for new content, hopefully player picks, and for some more market discussion. I appreciate you guys watching the vids. Good luck in the gauntlet today. We are all going to need it. It's been TheFutAccountant, guys. Have a great Monday. Peace out.